Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Better from Better's Makeover. If you are a new subscriber, you're welcome. Returning subscribers, I love you guys. So today's makeup is nude look on dark skin. So I'm just wiping off my face with a face wipe. Then I'll go over with a moisturizer. I got this moisturizer from Caris World on Instagram. So I'm just basically applying a lot of moisturizer under my eyes because a lot of products go under the eyes. So it's always advisable to moisturize that area a lot, as well as the whole face basically. So I'm just doing that all over the face. You can also use your hands to apply it, but I prefer to use a brush. So after moisturizing, I'll go over with my primer, my face primer, and it's a classic mattifying primer. So I'm just applying it on my T-zones. So you can also use your hand to apply this, but I'll still make use of my brush. So if you're someone that sweats a lot on your nose and your forehead, it's advisable to use a mattifying primer. So I'm just going to set everything in with my Kiss Beauty setting spray before applying my foundation. So now I'm using these two shades for my face. And applying foundation step by step helps you to blend properly. That's if your foundation is if it gets dry easily, it's always advisable to apply it step by step. So I always go over with my Kiss Beauty setting spray before blending with my beauty blender. So you just have to dab. You don't need to drag it because you need the foundation to stay in your skin and not, because if you drag it, you start to have harsh lines. So it's advisable to dab with your beauty blender on your face. So that's why it's always good to use a soft beauty blender. So you dab, and make sure that it is blended properly. And when matching your foundation, try to look for a shade that matches your skin now and not your neck. Because there are sometimes that there are most people that their neck is different from their whole body. And then if you're matching your foundation with your neck, you realize that when you're done with your whole makeup, your face will be looking too light or too dark. So I'm doing the same thing I did on the other side of my face here as well. I used my setting spray before blending. So make sure you blend beside your nose and also your forehead. So when you're satisfied with how your face looks, you move over to contouring. So I'm using a darker shade of foundation here and I'm contouring, and the darker shade goes on top of your cheekbone and to like the side of your forehead, and the same thing applies to the other side of your face. So you make sure that you blend properly to avoid harsh lines. Then the same thing on this other side, on your cheekbone, then you drag it upwards. And I'm using a beauty blender for this. You can also use a brush, a soft brush by the way. So now I'm applying a little bit of blush. For dark skin, it's always advisable to go with a blush that is light. So you can't use a dark shade of blush for like a dark skin. It would make everything look too dark. So the colors are supposed to be a bit brighter to bring out the face. So I'm just making sure that everything is sitting properly on the face before highlighting. So now I'm going over my LA Girl concealer. So I'm using two shades lighter than my complexion now to put like close to the tear ducts, the inner side of the eyes, then under my chin, on my forehead, and on the nose. Then I'll take my concealer shade and apply it underneath this other lighter shade. So this is like the stop shade now. It's supposed to properly blend everything and not make my face too bright. So I'm still using my beauty blender now to blend. So you start blending from your chin, then you move to the upper lip, then the nose, the forehead, before under the eyes. So now when blending under the eyes, you start from the stop shade now. That's your skin tone concealer before moving into the lighter shade of concealer. Just making sure that I'm blending properly. So you don't rush this process, by the way. You take your time because this is your baking process and it has to come out well. So you take your time to blend properly to avoid harsh lines. So the same thing I did on the first side, I'm still going to do on this other side. The key to a good makeup is your blending. So after blending, I'll be contouring my face basically. So now I'm applying a darker shade of powder on the sides that I applied a darker shade of foundation. So on my cheekbone now, and then on my forehead, and then my nose as well. So I got this applicator from Caris Chic World also, and I think I prefer it to using a beauty blender because it has this shape already that makes the under eye application easy. So I'm just making sure there's no harsh lines first before applying my setting powder. Same thing I did on the first side, I'm still doing on the second side, and I'll also do the reverse contour. That's contouring under, applying the setting powder now under my cheekbone. So now doing the reverse contour just makes your contour sharp and it makes it pop. So I did my brows off camera, and the clip where I started my eyeshadow application, I thought I was recording, but apparently I did not record anything, so there was no clip. So now I'm just like applying a darker brown over the lighter shade because it's a nude look I'm creating, so the eyeshadow has to be nude. If you don't know how to properly draw and conceal your eyebrows, there's a video on my channel on how to properly draw your eyebrows. So now I'm just applying my under eye liner. So I'm using a smaller brush now to brush off excess setting powder from under my eyes. So before applying your eyelash, you have to apply your mascara to lift up your main lash. So I applied my lashes off camera as well. There's a video on my channel as well on how to properly apply or how to properly fix your lashes. So at this point, NEPA took lights, so that's why this other clip is like this. So I'm just doing my check and balancing now with my powder, making sure that everything is in place. You can see how fine I'm looking already. So I'm checking and balancing the whole face. So after doing that, I would now properly set my face with my Kiss Beauty setting spray again. So now over to the lips. I did a nude lips. So guys, this is the finished look of the nude look on a dark skin. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.